with Fender for Blackmore was greater than ever. Ironically, the first Stratocaster he acquired was an Eric Clapton cast-off. Booked to support Cream's Farewell American Tour, the prestigious shows at the Forum were Deep Purple's live debut in the USA. And of course their single Hush had hit the top 5. After the second LA show, Jimi Hendrix came backstage to congratulate the band and tell Eric Clapton that Ritchie had blown him off stage. They would go on to his house for a party. This actually annoyed the Cream camp, and Deep Purple were paid out to leave the tour. And this supposedly is a time when Ritchie obtained Eric Clapton's Stratocaster body and Telecaster neck. Whilst Deep Purple was supporting Cream on a US tour, Ritchie bought his first Fender guitar from Mick Turner, who was Eric Clapton's roadie. Ian Hansford, Deep Purple's technician, declared, "It wasn't very playable. That's why Clapton gave it to Mick. It was a Stratocaster body and a Telecaster neck." And guys, maybe this explains why Eric Clapton was playing a Telecaster body with a Stratocaster neck at the Blind Faith concert at Hyde Park. Ritchie stated when asked when did he switch to a Stratocaster, "Probably around 1971. After playing a Gibson for so long, it took me quite some time to get used to the neck on a Fender. I had a hard time at first, and a Fender sounded very clean. With a Gibson pickup, you got a certain amount of sustain, but a Fender is very right to the point and very unforgiving. It's brilliant if you can get the note right, but if you don't, it will let you know." The first Stratocaster I played had actually been owned by Eric Clapton. He gave it to a friend of mine who was the roadie at the time. That guitar was the one that got me interested in Fenders. I think the first album where I played Fenders was Deep Purple in Rock. The Strat I used belonged to Eric Clapton. I used it and I liked the sound of it. It was very sharp but impossible to play. The neck was so bowed it was really bad. It had a great sound for a wah-wah pedal because it was so sharp, but it was very difficult to play because it was so bowed. I thought it was an interesting guitar at the time, even though all the octaves were out. Ritchie claimed that it took him some time to adjust to the Fender, telling Guitar Player magazine in 1978, "The transition was really hard. I found great difficulty in using it for the first 2 years. With a Gibson you just race up and down. With a Fender you have to make